Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Corbo and I'm the Chief Financial Officer here at Jefferson County. It's nice to meet you. With me is Dan Conway and he is our Director of Strategy and Budget, and we are doing a special edition of the Manager Minutes. So thank you, Don Davis, for allowing us this time. We really appreciate it and we miss having you here today. However, our message isn't really a good one, but it's one that you need to know about. It's about our county financial realities. So what I'd like to do, Dan, if you don't mind, I'd like to turn it over to you if you could just do a quick recap of our financial realities.
Absolutely, Stephanie. So there are two factors when we're looking at our financial challenges as a county. One has to do with our revenue in Tabor, and the other one is the general fund. And they're both very connected. So Tabor imposes a limit on how much our revenue can grow from one year to the next. As a consequence, that limited revenue growth fails to keep pace with the cost of doing business. What this creates is an ongoing deficit, a gap between our revenues and expenditures. So what that means then is we have to cover that difference. And that difference generally comes from the general fund. The general fund continues to be a bit of a strain every given year because of all the resources that are distributed to cover our services. And as a consequence of that gap between how much our revenue can grow by and the cost of doing business, we've had to dip into our reserves in the general fund. And then that reserve is really running dry. This is why we're reaching to the point where we need to engage our community a little bit more to come up with some solutions, both on our expenditure and our revenue side going forward. At the current rate that we're drawing that down, meaning our expenditures are outpacing our revenues, we won't be able to go past 2023. So that's why 2023 is the make or break year for us to find some sustainable solutions, again, on both our revenue and expenditure side of the equation.
What elected offices and what departments are covered by the general fund?
Well, actually, the general fund supports almost every department and office in the county. The only one that doesn't receive funding from the general fund is the library. So every facet of our county has a direct impact on the health and long-term sustainability of the general fund.
Okay, so we're running out of money, and just to deliver the status quo, same level of services, what kind of cuts would we have to make to balance our budget in 23?
Unfortunately, if we don't find any other solutions, we could be facing up to $20 million in cuts to the general fund in 2023 alone, with more coming in 2024 and beyond.
So that seems super scary, Dan. I'm gonna be really honest with you. This is not a pretty picture. And I also know that we have a lot of unfunded projects that have accumulated over time. We have over $330 million of infrastructure and water. We also have things that we want to do to be innovative as a county and be reactive to like wildfire mitigation and other things and improve services. This has been very informative and helpful, and I imagine a little scary. So as an employee, if I'm listening to this, like what are the next steps for the county? And if I, as an employee, don't fully understand this, like how do I plug in? How do I get more information?
So if you're really interested in getting a little bit more information, we do have some data on the website. We created a page on the county website. If you go to jeffco.us/Tabor, it does provide some really easy, plain language explanations of how Tabor works, why people got the refunds, what it looks like going forward. That's a great place, as well as there's some other pages on the website that talk about some of these general fund challenges and the total financial challenges reality. Feel free to also reach out to the strategy planning and analysis staff. We're here to help everybody, not just our leaders, but all county employees, as well as our community, navigate some of these really difficult financial realities. I will also mention that we are beginning the process of trying to right-size a little bit of our budget. We always want to try to streamline our savings as much as possible, even before we go to the voters and ask about some revenue solutions, because we want to show our due diligence. We're doing our part to tighten our belts as much as we can. On top of that, we're going to be engaging the community. We've already developed some surveys that we're going to be sending out to try to pulse what their priorities and needs are. So that'll help shape where we put some of the resources we have, and also gauge what they may be open towards in terms of some of these revenue solutions.
Great, thank you so much, Dan, and thank you for listening and for being with us today. And we really hope that this was informative and helpful. If you do have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our team. We're here to help you. If you can't find all of your questions or it doesn't make sense after you look on our website, we do hope that you'll be an ambassador for us and help us as Jefferson County really understand how do we solve this budget challenge that we're about to face, and how do we deliver those core services to our community? How do we get the funding to make that happen? So we need you to help us with that as well. And again, this is a special edition of Manager Minutes, so thank you again, and we will see you very soon. Happy New Year.